Okay, everybody, today's date is May 29, 2021, and what I want to do here is get in the better lighting. And I apologize for the way my face looks, but I've been extremely targeted lately with, well, anybody can go to Google and type in electromagnetic weapons, directed energy weapons, and ultrasonic sound, bone conduction, torture, and gang stalking. So I'm going to show you my eyes, and what you want to do when you watch this video, because I'm going to be uploading it to YouTube, is when you watch it on YouTube, preferably on your phone, what you want to do is take snap screenshots when the camera is close by both, by each eye. Now, the reason why you're going to be doing this is because then, after you take the snap screenshots, what you want to do is you want to zoom in on the snap screenshots. And then what you want to do is you want to look and see if you find any eye fluid bubbles and or water sac bubbles anywhere on the surface of the eye, the white parts, and the pupil. You also want to see if you can tell if there's an outline of biofilm, non-consensual remote neural monitoring lens implants. So let's do this because I got other stuff to do, and I'm going to conclude this video fast. So here's what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look forward once I put the camera on the eyes. Okay, I'm trying to get the best view here. Alright, now I'm going to look forward. Then I'm going to look to the left and to the right with each eye. See if I can bring it closer. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the right eye. Okay, so again, what you want to do is you want to take snap screenshots of the eyes, including right now, and then zoom in on those snap screenshots, baby cakes and munchkin butts. Now, when any target of this crime who has non-consensual remote neural monitoring lens implants in their eyes, when they're being hit in the face and or head and or throat with high levels of electromagnetic weapons, including directed energy weapons, while the brain can also be experiencing consecutive concussions through non-stop continuous ultrasonic sound bone conduction, what that does is that causes the eye fluid in the water in the face, possibly also very much probable also concern the brain fluid that's between the brain and the skull, and then between the skull and then the inner part of the inside layer of the scalp. And what that does is it causes it to heat up, just like you're boiling an egg. So then when it starts to heat up, and when you look at, if you drop an egg in a say if you put a bunch of water in a pot, and then put that pot on your stove, and you turn it up to the highest flame, you're going to eventually see that egg boiling. And then when it boils, you're going to see all these little bubbles running up and down and all over the place. That's because the water molecules are looking for a place to run to, and they don't have a place to run to. So they form into little bubbles before they eventually then pop while new ones are being created. Same thing concerning this tech. When these mass murdering, criminally insane, filthy whores who commit this crime against tens of thousands of people, concerning the victims, if any of these victims have this type of technology in their eyes, what that does is it causes the eye fluid and the water within the eyes and within the structure of the face by the eyes to form into little bubbles on the surface of the eyes. That then causes the back side of the remote neural monitoring lens implants to be pushed out, making them transparently visible. Excuse me. So that's why when you watch this video, when I make videos concerning this matter, take snap screenshots on your phone as you're watching it. And then that way when you zoom in on them, you can see these little eye bubbles. You'll see, sometimes you'll see partial outlines of the RNMI lens implant, because it's a clear biofilm that's got little smart crystals on it that act as a, basically the eye becomes a literal camera. So the perpetrators can see through your eyes and send visual images and video streams to the crystals. It's literally like having an LCD screen, like you have on a TV. So Google my statements, baby cakes, munchkin butts, and sweethearts, and you'll see truth. Okay. Now, if there's not any outward transparent evidence within this video, make no mistake about it. I already got over probably by now 300 different snap screenshots, and they've been openly caught now in at least 7 videos. Okay. So stay tuned. When I upload this video, I will eventually put my blog's URL link in the description of this YouTube video, because that's where this video is going to YouTube. You bring the blog up and you're going to see massive evidence. I mean, in-your-face evidence. Like, do you see this water machine right now, you clearly see it as clear as day. Well, when you bring up the evidence in my blog, you're going to think to yourself, oh my gosh, literally, it literally can't be said any clearer. It is in your face. Okay, so with no outward transparent evidences pertaining to what I'm exposing in this video are apparent in this video, it's just because the targeting, the heavy targeting I've endured for the past 72 hours, they always stop around anywhere between 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock the night before I go back out. Why? Because they know this type of targeting is producing this type of evidence, so they want to give the face and the head time to heal, so that the next day when I go out, it won't show this type of evidence. But make no mistake about it, sometimes they just don't give a shit and they'll just do it anyways. They don't care because they know that evidence will never be allowed to be scrutinized in court, because this is nothing but organized crime in the system at the federal, state, and local level, who basically runs an up and operating organized crime, nationwide organized crime syndicate within the system at the federal, state, and local level in every single state. So they control the judges, they control the courts, they control everything. Okay? So just research my statement, sweethearts and munchkin butts, to gang stalking, and you will see truth. Tens of thousands of victims all over the internet exposing electromagnetic weapons, directed energy weapons, ultrasonic sound bone conduction on a daily basis. On a daily basis. I can bring up Twitter and see 10 tweets on Twitter within 3 minutes concerning this sick shit. Oh, absolutely. Oh, and by the way, if you want to also see, check this out. Just in the past month, it's been widely reported, even on mainstream media, that the White House got hit with directed energy weapons. So just go to Google and type in the Havana Syndrome. Oh, absolutely. Okay, where ex-CIA members and U.S. diplomats in the Cuban embassy got hit with them, including ultrasonic sound. Okay, so this type of technology and the fact that it's being used for brutal criminal ways is now starting to become slowly mainstream. But the U.S. government and their whore ass, they will never admit that they tortured hundreds of thousands of gang stalking victims with this sick bitch tech, because it came directly from the USA military. And it's also been widely disclosed that it was also given to the Department of Justice, who then also turned around and gave it to all the other alphabet agencies, as well as state, county, and local police. So, you know, we can always wonder, additionally, why I am on SDPD and SDSD and UCSD police whistleblower. Absolutely. Go to Google and type in gang stalking in universities. So, you know, my fellow American citizens, the way I see it, these satanic horrors are literally intentionally doing this to hundreds of thousands of victims. Tens of thousands of those are online, exposing it every day. And they make each victim 1,000% completely and thoroughly, totally powerless over every single victimization we endure through any aspect of the gang stalking criminal expedition that we endure. So when a human being is put in a non-stop torture campaign, in a non-stop harassment campaign, where our lives are completely destroyed from inside out, including making us homeless, okay, well, they keep you in this criminal expedition on a daily basis, where you experience one or more forms of this crime every day, practically everywhere you go, while you're trying to survive all the health effects and the continued targeting. So any satanic bitch like this that does this to another human being, let alone hundreds of thousands, you got to think to yourself, what do you think you would do if you were put in a completely, totally, 1,000% thorough, powerless situation? You expose the fuck out of them, because it's really the only thing you got left is to expose them. And so at any time when victims get in your face indisputable evidence, expose the shit out of it. Now I want you to also take another fast notation here. I want you to look at something I want you to look at something concerning the area around my eyes. Do you notice this white thing right here? Well, I just got done concluding some videos here just recently, and then I watched some of the parts of the videos, and it's literally showing white all around my eyes, going all the way up around here, okay? And you could probably see it right now. And when you take the snap screenshot, zoom in on that. Well, check it out. Are there any other types of things that are assisting these RNA implants, like wires? So the best way for you to see the additional shit that's going on concerning these wild whores that commit this crime and the things that they're doing to their victims, the best way that you can see all the additional things that are exposed concerning the non-consensual neurological and biological intrusions that they're putting in victims all over the country is to go to Google and type in eye implants, ear implants, prosthetic implants, stimulated responsive implants, EMG implants, You name it. Brain implants. I literally got a book titled Brain Implants and Messages, Nano-Machines and the Creation of False Memories by Dr. Hildegard Staninger, who's all over the internet exposing this crime as well. And she's a freaking doctor. Oh, and there's many other doctors and scientists exposing this crime as well. So imagine you going home every day and being sadistically, nonstop, sadistically, endlessly tortured in the worst possible way that a human being can be tortured. And this technology can make you so fucking sick to where I've seen videos where grown men that are 250 pounds had to crawl to their bathroom for 2 full straight months. Because what these little satanic bitches will do is they can hit you so bad with this tech to where you can't even get up out of bed. Literally, I'm literally not exaggerating. This tech is so fucking bad to where they can hit you in just one torture session to make you so fucking sick that you can't even get out of bed to go to the bathroom. They did that to Dr. Eric Karlstrom, where he had to literally crawl to the bathroom from his bed for 2 full straight months. Okay? So, what do you think you would do if you had to deal with this type of satanic, wild, depraved, demented, criminally insane pathology? Expose the fuck out of them. Because that's exactly where every single one of these satanic rats who are committing this crime belong in a fucking dog cage, as far as I'm concerned. And I have literally seen doctors and scientists say the same thing. Literally. Because if a wild animal, and that's all they are, is wild animals, make no mistake about it, it's all they are. These people literally make Jeffrey Dahmer look like a choir boy. Okay? So if you got wild animals who are just totally, completely, thoroughly, criminally insane, in possession of this type of technology where they can just sadistically, brutally torture a person to death slowly, where they endure this every day nonstop, including when they're sleeping. Because these little satanic rats will literally hit you with this shit to make you sick so you can't move, so they can continue to torture you. Okay? You're a sitting duck now. Literally. And this is no exaggeration. So you think to yourself, how do you think you would feel if somebody came into your home, took you out of your bed, and put your head in a boiling pot of water and fried it from the inside out? How do you think you would feel about that? Because that's exactly what they're doing. Literally. So, if you are in this position, and trust me, hundreds of thousands of Americans are in this position, what the hell do you think you do? You're totally and completely powerless and helpless over it. Okay? So what you do is whenever you acquire any evidence that outwardly displays that it's factually going on, expose the hell out of it. Okay? Because no one is safe concerning this sick shit. In closing, and I do apologize if I seem a little intense, but I'm pissed. But check this out. Do you know what these little wild whores are doing concerning what's being reported? It's literally been even exposed on national radio shows that have covered this crime and aspects of it, where they will literally use this technology to target an infant that is still in their crib, meaning that they can't even crawl yet. Okay. Now, the reason why they're doing this is not only to affect the infant, because that infant will then now become a lifetime long target. Okay. And that's another whole connected story to this crime as well. But one of the main reasons why it's reported why they're targeting the pets and infants and children of victims is because the parent of the infant is the victim. Now, why do you think that's going on? Because they're also hitting the parent, and they know how educated the parent is about this crime and what they're enduring. So that when the parent sees the kid reacting, and since the kid cannot verbalize what they're enduring, the parent knows what the kid is enduring because the parent's enduring it too. So the parent's mind will connect the dots, and they'll see that their own kid is being tortured with the same tech they're being hit with. Now, when the parent witnesses this, every time they witness it, it causes extreme rage in that parent's mind. Emotions, anger, hate, resentment, sense of powerlessness. Now, that's the reason why it's done. Why? Because whenever the parent is seeing their little precious baby literally being tortured sadistically, the parent goes into these brain states, these emotions, white rage, inflamed anger. And then as that parent is processing those emotions, remote neural monitoring is monitoring the brain and heterodyning the emotional cluster frequencies from it. So then those emotional clusters can be modulated and sent to another victim to force another victim to experience rage during a staged event. So they can set that victim up. So they can even set the parent up on a later date. This is how criminally insane these filthy whores are. Okay? They're total animals. Okay? So it's my intention to expose these wild whores for what they are. Have a good day, everybody. And by the way, Google my statements to all alphabet agencies that you can think of. All alphabet agencies, along with the USA military, the Department of Justice, DHS, CIA, NSA, DOD, okay, and all the other alphabet agencies that you can think of. So imagine enduring this every day. Every day. Imagine enduring it every day. They'll even target you while you're fucking sleeping. So when you wake up, you're so sick you can't even move, so they can then continue to target you for 24 straight hours. Literally, that's how bad this is. So, when you research electromagnetic weapons, torture, and gang stalking, you're going to see that tens of thousands of victims are stating they're being sadistically, endlessly tortured in their own fucking homes. And then, if they flee their homes to escape from it, they end up homeless. Then they end up human trafficked. To the same fucking crime. So if you do this to a single mother, she ends up homeless with her kid. They'll then employ other gang stalking techniques in order to take the child away from the parent, so the child ends up in organized crime syndicated run foster care, where they will then apply for federal and state funds in that child's name, organized crime, and then the woman will end up on the street where she becomes a sexual human trafficking target. Okay? This is your wild, sick bitch United States government, and I love exposing every second of it. Have a good day, everybody.